Woke up this morning, decided we were gonna go to Silver Springs. Haven't been here in a few years. Here we are. It looks a lot more crowded than I remember ever it being. But I guess that's what happened to Florida in the last 5 years. Hopefully we can get on the boat tour. It's very nice in this entrance. It's a very cool breeze. $2 per person. That just gets you into the park. And it's extra for the boat if it's available. All right, we made it in. We bought a boat tour, 36 bucks. Just winging it today, but we got here and there was 2 seats left on the 1220 tour, which was about 30 minutes away, so we took it. And we'll go take the tour on the last bottom boat.
Glad to have you. Now, before we get further downriver, I do have to do a quick safety brief. I'll keep it quick and to the point. My name is Captain Reef from the U.S. Coast Guard Licensed Master Captain. This is the Chief E-Mappa, and she is a third-generation glass-bottom boat put in service in 1960. Now, a very bad day. Now, on the bright side, we have been running these boats for over 100. I'm having one on my 3rd month out in the water. Now, how many of you guys have been here before? A few of you guys, welcome back. Now, how many of you have our first stop of the day, guys? This is the Spring of Stars. This spring is dedicated to all the movies filmed here at the park. Our first one was back in 1917, called The Seven Swans. Our most recent was in 2018, called Salvage. And between those two movies, we have about 215 movies and TV shows filmed here at the park. Wow. Has anybody here seen any of the original Tarzans and Johnny Weissmuller? Yes. All right. What about The Creature from Black Lagoon? There we go. Yes. Smokey And The Bandit? Mm-hmm. Nobody?
Yes.
You have? Oh, thank God. What about Jimmy Buffett and his movie called Hoots? Now, see, everybody does sleep on that movie. It's a great movie. Brianna Larson, before she's Captain Marvel saving the world, she's actually out here saving some ground downs. But as I spin the boat around, you guys see this ledge deep? You have a very safe environment for inexperienced camera crews and actors to operate in. And with the extra light refracting off the limestone, this spring was a lot deeper and more vast. You can see in all over the world, including the Caribbean, the Pacific, the Mediterranean, and once even in the Arctic. A little bit of movie magic, it goes a long way here. Now, we don't get too many of those movies filmed here anymore. The wildlife, they're definitely the stars of our show. If you look beneath the glass, you can see a few of them swimming around. Now we have a few thousand. We are patiently waiting on the state to give us the green light to get in the water and harvest these guys. And honestly, I'm pretty excited about it. Now, normally, tilapia, not my favorite eating fish. However, the water coming out of these vents is 99.98% pure. I bet all the money in the bank. Tilapia here are the tastiest tilapia on the planet. This spring here might look a little familiar to some of you. This is the most famous spring here at the park. This one's called Creature Springs. It's where all 3 of the Creature of the Black Lagoons were filmed. Now, during that series, that was Creature's home. But for those of you guys that have not seen that series, the Creature, he was half human, half fish. He had gills. So during production, nobody was allowed to use any kind of scuba equipment. They didn't want any bubbles making their way onto the set. This means even the film crew here had free dive. Now, the person that played that Creature, he was a local. His name was Rico Browning. And they say he got the job for 2 main reasons. Reason number 1, well, he actually fits inside the costume. That was a pretty big deal since the original costume was made well before that actor that played that part. Secondly, well, he'd hold his breath for over 4.5 minutes. And in the 3rd movie, he was holding it for over 6. Now, I see you guys already see the mayor of Bird Island. That right there, that is Alberta. Now, Alberta, she's about 12 feet in length. She's one of the smaller gators here at the park. And she is the proud new mama of 62 brand new babies. 62. Now, every single summer, we will have a handful of these tigers in front of us. Get a little bit too much about it. Give these girls a little bit of space and a little bit of respect, and they won't mess with you. That shot there. You guys are about 15 feet away. Did you know she could jump over 25? Crazy, right?
Thank you.
Oh, are you all believing what happens? Now, since you guys are already looking down there, you guys see that grass? Now that's eel grass. You guys see that wooden plank down there? And that wooden plank, that is a 15-foot Tomokan ceremonial dugout canoe. Now, the University of Florida, they brought back to the lab. They carbon dated for us. They say it's about 500 to 600 years old.
Wow.
Now, they wanted to place inside the museum on campus. You guys haven't had a chance to check out that museum, I definitely recommend it. We have our own exhibit there. For our monkeys, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to send you guys over to this dock. However, our monkeys have been hanging out on the Ross Allen Boardwalk lately. It's on the opposite side of the river. We have about 500 running around this park right now.
Wow.
Now, for those of you guys here that do not know about them, they were introduced back in 1939 by a gentleman named Colonel Chewy. And he purchased 6 monkeys. He put them out on Monkey Island for his jungle cruise. So the deepest part of the river is at 55 feet deep. We had a deeper spot at 85, but that spring collapsed about 3 years ago. Right now it's that blue tilapia. Now, we didn't see a lot today. They're spawning. They're tucked on the shoreline. But 2019, they say about 49% of the Silver River is made out of blue tilapia. The issue we have with those guys, not only do they have lots and lots of babies, but they get big, and they get big very quickly. So they'll muscle their way onto our native fish beds, and they'll slurp down a lot of our native fish eggs to fry. That's why most of the fish you've seen out here today, they're all either on the medium, the bigger size for their species. We only got a lot of little ones that make it. Turn the treaty. He laid it out, he pulled out his knife, and he stabbed that treaty. Therefore, killing the contract. Now, to this date, the Seminoles, they have not signed any treaties or contracts with federal government. Those fish you're seeing right now, those are razor shad. Now, if this cave down here looks familiar to any of you, that's actually because back in the day, this cave, it was used to hide a nuclear torpedo. Oh yeah. None of you guys seen it? It was a real big deal here back in the day. Sean Connery, he had a queen with it. Yeah, James Bond, Thunderball, right down there. Now, we also had Moonraker and Never Say Never filmed here in the park. But in Moonraker, we had to deal with that giant green anaconda. During World War II, about 80% of the anti-venom going for the Pacific Theater came from Silver Springs and surrounding areas here in Ocala. Now, the University of Florida, they tried to help. They had come out here and do blood samples on all our new hires and patients here in the park. I am glad I do not have. Now, I'm just waiting for this boat in front of us to get out of the way. Stop for the day. We got 3 statues, and they're going to be representing Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. Originally, these 3, they were introduced in 1969 with the I Spy series starring Bill Cosby. We had 20 of them down there, made it the lost city of Atlantis. Now we have to keep these 3. They were also used in Moonraker as well as Never Say Never, James Bond. Now they're 7 feet tall, they're in 38 feet of water, and if anybody would like to dive off the boat and get a selfie with one of them, now is your chance to do so. Now, if you guys want to get a selfie without getting wet, we do have 2 of them in the hallway between our snack shack and our ballroom, as well as the original costumes, the creature of the Black Lagoon. Now, don't worry, those of you guys on the left-hand side, everybody on the left-hand side getting a good look? Alright, 2, 1, a half, a quarter. Here it comes, guys. Brace yourselves. Impact, impact, impact. Not too shabby, I'll take that. Now, if you guys need anything for up to this.
Another fun tour. It's great. Cool movie history here. Here's the view from the shore of where we just were. That's the deep area over there where the statues are.
We do have these three brothers, these awesome Greek gods, these magnificent wonder beings. Ladies and gentlemen, coming into view at the bottom of the glass, Zeus, Poseidon, and
Found a rocking chair. These are the same statues that are under the water, like from the James Bond movie. Crazy. Look at that. Is that really the thing? I don't know. It doesn't say anything. You'd think they would protect them like movie props or something. There's some cool old relics. Year-round bathing at Silver Springs. Look, the ways are hanging out with the military guys. There's the original glass bottom boat back in the old days. Here's a model of the one we were just on. Pretty cool history here. This is one of the oldest attractions. Check out the Discovery Center. Word on the street is there's an original creature costume here. Apparently this is an original creature costume.
I used to remember when that number they had the animals and all that.
Fun. It's crazy.
Now we don't really have nothing.
That was Oscar, the original captain. He was been here 50 years, and now he just sits in the museum, hangs out, and tells stories.
Interesting.
Interesting. He was here when Jackie Gleason was here. They're filming Smokey And The Bandit. Crazy. Checking out the t-shirts. Cool gift shop. Lots of stuff. That was our Saturday trip to Silver Springs. It was really cool seeing Captain Oscar. We had him years ago, and he's worked here for over 50 years. Didn't do boat tours anymore, but he's just sitting in the museum, just sitting there. I thought he was a mannequin when he started talking. It's cool that they did that for him. The oldest employee here, I would imagine. And there was an original creature costume, supposedly. I don't believe that stuff, but really? Is that the actual one? Or one of the ones? Or underwater one? I don't know. But there was a creature costume there. If you ever want to see the original creature from the Black Lagoon costume, it's in the same museum here. Anyway, we're out of here, getting some food. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.